At LV, our home insurance comes from the heart. It's not just about giving you a personal claims handler to take care of you all the way. It's about looking after you in other ways too. Like when you go direct to us, buy online and get a massive 25% discount. To see how much you could save with the Which Insurance Provider of the Year 2017, go direct to lv.com. Online discount for new customers only, excludes home emergency and home legal expenses.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen. Podcasting since 2005. You're listening to Gamertag Radio. With your host, podcaster Hall of Famer Danny Pena, the always opinionated Paris Lilly, and from outside of the norm, Peter Toledo. This is Gamertag Radio.
Here we go.
Welcome to Gamer Tag Radio, episode 704. This is your host, Danny, and I have Pete and Paris in the house, the whole crew. What's up?
I like how he says both of our names so we don't know who should go first instead of like introducing us, one by one. But good morning, Danny. How are you?
Yeah, I was trying to, I wanted you guys to try to figure it out.
He's all Pete and Paris, go.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's up, everyone? What's going on, man?
Doing all right. Doing all right. And yourself?
Good. Played a lot of Super NES Classic and also Cuphead over the weekend. I'll talk more about that later, but God, that was tough. Cuphead, wow. But yeah, everything is good, man. Really, really good. What's up with you guys?
Nothing much, man. Playing a little Forza 7. I'm actually into it. And it's not the arcadey racer that I prefer. So yeah, we'll talk more about that later today as well in the show. Definitely.
And you, what about you, Paris?
Oh no, I'm good. Just playing some games, playing this little indie title, this 2D platformer with the 1930s animation style and music. Cuphead is literally the happiest, saddest, angriest, frustratingest game I've ever played, or at least in recent memory. I mean, this really takes me back to old school gaming. This reminds me of like Mega Man 1 or like I say, Super Mario 3, something like that, where it's like I'm having fun while I'm playing it, but goddamn, it's like I cuss at the screen constantly. It's great. It's great though. I freaking love it, man, because it is not an easy game, and we need that. We don't need easy games. I mean, having something that's actually going to challenge you is good. So I'm very happy with Cuphead. I mean, it really knocked it out of the park. And like I told you, Danny, I'm sure Microsoft has some exclusive console deals, so it won't happen anytime soon. But this game is perfect for the Nintendo Switch. Could you imagine taking Cuphead on the go wherever you're at?
Oh my God.
Perfect.
Yep. And I even tried to play 2-player co-op yesterday with my fiance. Yeah, it didn't work out, man. That's even harder. we tried to stream it too, and I'm like, yeah, this is not working out. So yeah, if you do play 2-player, I think it's great to start from the beginning, because we just started like towards the end to see because she's been watching me playing the whole time. So I was like, all right, maybe she knows what to do and everything. Nah, it was just a disaster all over the place.
Chaos.
So
is that more because of the difficulty, or it's?
You know what it is? It's more of the difficulty plus the communication, and you both have to be on point, like in the same level. Also, you need to also upgrade your characters in order for you to fight these enemies and these bosses, man. So it gets really tough, man. Really, really tough. But I put it this way, I spent yesterday close to 2 hours trying to be the final boss. 2 hours. Wow. And a lot of people were watching, and I'm like, look, I'm not leaving. I'm not stopping the stream until I beat this boss. I have a feeling I'm going to beat it today, and I did. But everybody was like, yeah, screaming, like all caps, celebrating on Twitch and everything once I finished it. But it was really, really cool, man. I highly recommend people to try it out, man. So this game is so much fun. So
Paris mentioned something in our chat yesterday that was, he said, this game will test relationships. Like,
oh yeah,
how?
yeah.
How?
Okay,
Yeah.
I can give you the classic example of how this will test a relationship. So I'm playing yesterday, and I'm struggling on this one level, and I was starting to figure it out, right? And I'm going through, and I'm getting close to the end. All of a sudden, my wife wants to come in and talk to me, and it's like, stop talking to me. I got to focus on this. Leave me alone. So she's mad at me because I'm ignoring her, and then I'm mad because she interrupted me, and then I died, and I gave her the stankiest look I possibly could because it's like, how dare you interrupt me while I'm playing this game? Oh my god!
So,
and then like
it happened to me. It happened to me too yesterday too, Paris. I was at the last boss, and dude, I was on point. Full lives. I had the superpower right at the end. There's different phases for the boss.
Yeah.
So I'm like in the second phase now. I'm like, yeah, man, I got this. I got my fiance opened the door. Hey, Danny. Oh my God. So you're still the boss? I'm like, live on the stream.
Yeah.
I was like, shut up.
Sure, and everything.
no, but
And my vibe just went all over the place.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. and that's the thing about this. It's Cuphead, I feel, is because actually someone in Twitch chat said the same thing, but I do feel it's very fair, but it's challenging. And then kind of like Danny was just mentioning, there's different stages to the boss, and there ain't no checkpoints. Either you finish it or your ass is going back to the beginning and starting over. There's no in between on that. So it really challenges you in that way where you got to know the different stages of the boss. Like, let's put it this way. So you'll master, let's say you master the first stage of the boss, right? Like, okay, I got it. I'm gonna get through that. Then when you get to the next stage, I don't know about you, Danny, a little bead of sweat comes down my forehead. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die because I don't know what I'm doing. So it's like, all right, I got first stage figured out. Now let's figure out the second stage. Once you figure out the second stage, now you got to figure out the third stage and then the fourth, you know what I mean? So it's like, you're gonna die. You're gonna die a lot because you have to figure out that pattern of the boss. And then you obviously got to have the skills on the sticks to be able to complete it, even once you do figure out whatever the challenge is going to be on that stage. So I love it that way. And matter of fact, Games Radar has a fantastic article talking to the the developers of the game. And I mean, these guys started off as a team of three. It was three people, and they were just doing it originally on their weekend. And they were talking about the delays and why they had the delays. And actually, the delays allowed them to make Cuphead closer to its original vision versus what it would have been if it came out a couple years ago. How they literally took out second mortgages, and then they had to add more people. Like, this was a huge risk for them to be able to put this game out. And this end result, again, this is a classic example of delay a game until it's right. Don't rush a game out, because if this game would have come out 2 years ago when we originally thought, it would just been a series of boss battles. We wouldn't have had the levels. We wouldn't have the story that we got. We wouldn't have the music the way that it was. This is proof that delaying a game is always the right call in the end. You know what I mean? So I'm very happy. I hope this truly is a critical and a financial success for them, because I want to see them iterate on this more. I want to see more Cuphead, more of the Cuphead universe, let's put it that way, and the different stories and the way they'll be able to tell it. And like I said before, the 1930s animation style, like they even talk about in the article, they were very inspired by like those old Popeye cartoons, the Steamboat Willie stuff from Disney. And then obviously the music is just fantastic in this game. So just props to that entire team, man, because they did a fantastic job with Cuphead. I love it.
So question from me, because this is a game that, obviously it's not in my wheelhouse, right? I can see a game, I guess Ori would be the last platformer that I really played and spent a lot of time and dedicated, an effort to try to play. The wife has expressed a lot of interest in playing Cuphead, right?
Yeah.
But my console sits in the living room collecting dust. I don't even know if I've got an Xbox One Live or whatever. I don't even know if my Live subscription, because I got a trial just a couple months ago. I'm pretty sure my trial's expired. Is this something that I could play on PC, or is this a console exclusive that I could only play over there?
You could play this. Yeah, you could play a PC, and there's you don't need online for this either. Like, you could just download it, purchase it, and play it. This is a single player, multiplayer, co-op game, but it's local and there's no online. They are planning to add online multiplayer in the future. They're talking about it, but that's like in the future right now. So try it out, P. I honestly, dude, like, you watch, like, if you check out Cuphead, like the characters as Cuphead and Mugman. Cuphead reminds me kind of Mickey Mouse. If you look at the
body style,
yeah, like the gloves, his pants, his shorts, right? He's even his shoes. Like you could tell, it's like, wow, it is inspired from Disney and all that. And there's one of the bosses that is like one of the enemies from the Popeye cartoons too, man. So it's awesome, man. I love too the music. Music is awesome too.
Right. So, and I watched your stream a couple of days ago. I think it was Thursday morning or Friday morning, and you were running around. You were on like this little railroad cart with Cutman, and then you beat something, and then this cat comes out of the wall. It's just like big face of the cat in the middle of the screen. So I was watching that part, and I was just like, I mean, like I could see myself playing something like that because it's something simple and quick, but I mean, the wife has expressed interest in, when the wife expresses interest in games, I mean, I'm all for that. So, this is the beauty. This is the beauty about Cuphead, man. Like, my fiance was watching me play the whole time, man. The whole time, and she was telling me like ideas what I should do. She, giving me tips. But she's there watching me, And then yesterday we tried to play together for the first time. But I want to play from the beginning with her. I'm gonna try to do that one of these days and stuff, man. So the game is awesome, man. Now I do have a question to you guys. So I'm on Twitter, checking things out, and then I see a message from Paris. He also because I saw him. I think was it replying? I can't remember how I found that, but there's people commenting that they cheated playing Cuphead.
Oh my god!
I really want to get your opinion about this. So there's people that got in this game for the PC, and they cheated all the way to the end for them to finish the game. I mean, they could do their own thing. Personally for me, I play this and I had no cheats. I figure everything out on my own. No walkthroughs, nothing. So I just want to know your opinion about the whole cheating stuff.
Let me take this one. So let me clarify something going back to what Pete was talking about earlier. You can't play this on PC. You can get it on Steam. You can get it on GOG. And then it's also an Xbox Play Anywhere title. That's how I'm actually playing it. So I'm playing it through the Windows 10 store because I can also play it on Xbox as well. So works seamlessly, no issues there. Now, I'm going to name names because I think this person needs to be called out.
Okay. Go for it.
Yeah. Hip Hop Gamer, since he said it on Twitter, I can say it here, right? Hip Hop Gamer freely admits that he used a cheat code to play this game. Freaking ridiculous. I love you, dude. And that is ridiculous. Why would you that is part of the appeal to the game, is the difficulty. It isn't to be able to, hey, I'll just put in a cheat code and I can't die and I can just blow through everything and I'll see the end. And that's just gaming in general. Why would you take away a core aspect of a game by using a cheat code, right? So I think personally, look, if you want to use a cheat code, do whatever you want. But I truly think you're taking away from the experience by using a cheat code. And like I said, the appeal of the game is its difficulty, is the fact that it is going to challenge you as a gamer. So why would you use a cheat code? I don't get it. So Hip Hop, I love you, but you're wrong. Look, wrong. Fake news. Don't use a cheat code. You know what I'm saying? It's it's ridiculous, man. I wouldn't do that.
Well, people will say, well, what about back in the days? The 30 lives and all this stuff back in the days. Isn't that also cheating?
No, it is.
Back in the day?
It is. And back in the day, I didn't use Game Genie and all that kind of stuff because, like I said,
me neither.
Take a game like Mega Man 1. That game was hard as hell. And when I finally beat Mega Man 1, such a sense of pride and accomplishment by being able to, like you just said earlier with Cuphead, you did that. You didn't use a cheat code. You beat Cuphead on your own. So you can take a sense of pride with that, knowing you did it. No one helped you, right? So I want that same feeling too. I don't want to say, well, I went and downloaded this code and, I couldn't get past the boss. And like I said, look, I'm not saying you can't go to YouTube or something and watch someone play and kind of see what they're doing, because you still have to apply that to be able to do it. You know what I mean? No one can hold your hand and walk you through the game. You still have to be able to do it. So I don't know, man. Hip hop's crazy. I love him, but he's crazy. I wouldn't have done it.
And then he put hashtag PC gamer for life. I don't get it. What was that about?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that is so hilarious, man. Too funny, man. Now, I did. This is how I figured out everything with the game. I played it every time you have to play like a boss battle. You have two choices. You go to like a simple difficulty or the regular difficulty. I wanted at first to study these bosses, so I'll play simple, right? I get to know the character and everything. But here's the crazy thing: when you go to play regular, it changes. The boss battle changes completely. Like some of the moves, it might even be even crazier, more enemies on the screen and everything. So yeah, it took me hours, and like you said, Paris, I was also sweating a lot while playing this game too, man. Especially, let me just say this, man. The two last boss battles, especially the one right before the final, it was one of the hardest boss battles I ever played in years. And you guys could go to Twitch, the videos on demand, go there and check it out because I have everything there, man. My reaction, man, playing that it's crazy.
And think of it this way, to everyone that's watching this on Twitch right now or listening to this on the podcast, we've been talking about this for 20 minutes. That right there should tell you the appeal of this game. And it's only $20, man. I mean, I can't recommend enough that if you want a challenge and you want a game that is absolutely beautiful with the art style that they did, it is like a living cartoon, and just the music, everything that goes into this game. Support these developers. This is where we say support indie developers. Yes, Microsoft helped them publish this and get this out, but it's on PC, it's on Xbox, it's $20. It is more than worth the price of admission. And like I said, you'll pick this up, you will play that first level, and you will start cussing and praying to Jesus and throwing the controller. But I tell you what, like I don't know, this is what I've been doing, Danny. When I beat a level, I walk away. I savor that moment before I jump into the next one. I walk away.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I tweet about it, and I'm all happy, and I'm clapping, and yes. And then I take a breath, I take a shot, and I come back, and then I die 100 times, and then I start to figure it out. And rinse and repeat, man. But it's so worth it.
Yeah. So yeah, check it out, Pete. Definitely.
I definitely will. Then I think I'm sold. I think I'll be hitting the start. So wait, and then you said play anywhere, so I can buy it on PC. Download it on the Xbox, so I could play it on PC and the wife could play it on the console.
Yeah, well, remember, there's no online multiplayer.
No, I'm not trying to play online. We're trying to be frustrated, by ourselves.
Yeah, you can do that. You can play on Xbox. You could play on PC. Yeah, you could definitely do that. So
perfect.
Yeah, but make sure to buy from the Xbox store.
Oh, of course, yeah, absolutely. That's the only way.
All right, so I have a quick announcement here because I want to help out too, and I've been talking to my friends over at Unity. They're planning to do a stream soon to raise money for the victims in Puerto Rico. So shout out to Ashley and everybody over there at Unity, and also a big huge shout out to our GTR community members from Puerto Rico, Paul, Ghost, and also Boricua Star. They're from over there in Puerto Rico. They've been hitting us up during this time, man, and it's been like crazy, man. Like reading all this news, everything's going on over there. But the stream is called #PlayForPR, Play for Puerto Rico. The Hurricane Maria relief live stream from Unity, and a lot of people from the gaming industry are going to be helping out too. So join Puerto Ricans and allies in the game industry to raise donations for the 3.4 million Americans devastated by Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico. $10,000 in donation matching pledge so far. It's going to happen soon, sometime in mid-October. I probably will get the official date sometime this week, so make sure to follow us on Gamertag Radio or my social media accounts, and I'll definitely will post the date there. So here how you can support the #PlayForPR 24-hour gaming live stream event. Anybody that would like to be part of it, you could also help out to stream the whole 24 hours. Studios and devs are going to be also involved with this. Donation match sponsoring. Also swag if you have anything you want to give out. Let's say games, Xbox or PSN codes, etc. You could do that, and they're planning to raffle this on air. Promotion outreach. We need this. We need to get to spread the word about this to get a lot of people also to support. So for more information, if you want to help out, or if there's any way you guys want to like to spread the word, contact Ashley. Her email is ashley@unity3d.com. That's ashley@unity3d.com. Make sure to help out and let's make this happen. You know, there's a lot of friends of ours over there, and I think it's time for us to help our brothers and sisters over there in Puerto Rico, man. So yeah, I definitely want to be part of this and help out, man. So I just want to say that
For sure.
yeah. And let's see here. We got a couple of topics here. All right. Red Dead 2 trailer that came out a couple days ago. Rockstar Games. Your thoughts, guys? This was pretty cool.
I don't want to say I was underwhelmed, but it's just a typical Rockstar trailer formula. So it didn't get me excited. Like, oh my God, let me go pre-order Red Dead 2. I mean, at this point, we know what Red Dead 2 is in theory, and I know enough about it that I'll pick it up. But this trailer didn't do this trailer didn't do anything for someone that was unaware of Rockstar and the Red Dead franchise to excite them. It just kind of looked like just a story for a Western, and I didn't get any gameplay hints to it or other features, which I know Rockstar isn't going to do right now, so that's fine. But this is just typical game trailer. Not, like I said, nothing too exciting in my opinion.
And you, Pete?
Pete said he don't care.
The first,
like silent.
The first thing that came to mind was Westworld, and like it kind of lit up some form of excitement for me. Red Dead Redemption, the first one, was a great game. I can definitely see how and why a sequel was so highly anticipated, especially with the way that this game plays out from a story perspective. Multiplayer, obviously, the co-op experience was phenomenal, but I didn't get the same like super excitement for this as I thought I should have, right? Like I wanted more. And maybe it's still too early. I mean, we're talking still, 3-4 months from launch. And, you know, maybe I'm just more invested in other games right now. I just didn't get a lot of excitement out of the trailer as much as I thought I was going to, because I know leading up to this, I mean, hell, even leading up into E3, I was super stoked about, hopefully we're going to get a Red Dead Redemption trailer, something Rockstar's never done at an E3, and I've been, pushing that rhetoric for the past year and a half. And then the trailer came out, and I was just like, eh. So hopefully the next couple of months changes that story and that desire and urge for me to play it. But right now, like, I saw it and I literally, like, watching it this morning, watching it on Thursday morning, I was just like, I'd rather watch Westworld and get my my Western love out of that all by itself.
I mean, I think the game looks beautiful and everything. I just need to see more of the gameplay side of things. Like, yeah, it's probably gonna play kind of like Grand Theft Auto and stuff. But I need to see more. Trailer looks beautiful. That's the most I could say about the game. Like, did it hype me up? It was okay. It was okay. But I think once the game comes out, it's gonna change my opinion, of course, man. But yeah, I need to see more, especially gameplay footage, man. So that's my opinion. Oh, by the way, I have something really cool to show you guys. I finally got it. My Super NES classic system. I got it, man. I was there in line 5:30 in the morning. I got there at Best Buy, and there was like 42 people in line. I was number 43 for you folks out there. 43. And then I don't know what happened. Somebody, I think, skipped us. And then I was 44 once they were giving out tickets. Now, it was raining like around 6 o'clock in the morning. Best Buy was super nice. they were like, look, let's let everybody come inside, so they won't get wet and everything. So we were inside for like a couple hours until 10 a.m., man. So, but there was a lot of people. The line was so long. There was literally close to like 150 people in line at the end.
Wow.
And they still had a lot of systems there, man. A lot. I think that store had between 200 to 300 boxes in total. So now I already got to play this now for a couple of days, and I'm loving the system, love the controller, everything. The first thing what I wanted to do was I want to try out Star Fox 2. I'm super excited. I love Star Fox. I love the first one. I love 64 and so on, right? So in order for you to play Star Fox 2, you need to finish the first level of the original game of Star Fox. So I started playing it, and I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I wasn't really feeling it, man. It doesn't have that magic like the original Star Fox and the game from Star Fox 64. This one is more of, when you guys played the original Star Fox, right? You guys play that. When they show like the map and you choose which planet you want to go, it's the same way with the maps, right? But this time you're going to get to see like missiles and ships that's going to attack your base, and you have to go to where they're at before it reaches to your base, because you only have a certain amount of health before your base explodes, and you go. And I don't know, I just didn't like the camera view. I didn't like the way how it plays. Also, you could change vehicles once you're like there in like a certain level and everything. And I just don't like the camera. I just didn't like it, man. It was missing that special vibe, man, from the original Star Fox and Star Fox 64, man. So now I'm happy to have it because it's part of gaming history, So and I finished it. I finished the game too. It's very, very short. I got maybe 80% of the game done, so I have to go back again and redo it again, everything, man. But overall, the system, I love it. My fiance and a couple other people have been playing like a lot of other games too, like not only Star Fox, but Castlevania, Contra, Super Mario World, and so on. So now, if you're a fan of RPG, Final Fantasy, Secret of Mana, Mario RPG, Earthbound, there's a lot of games here, man. So yeah, I really like this. The system is worth the whole $80, man. So worth it. And I'm happy. And last night I was playing with Final Fantasy. I'm playing from the beginning, man. So yeah, I see myself playing this for a while, man. Love this system a lot, man. More than the NES Classic, in my opinion, for me. Better games, better games, part of the collection.
So you own the Classic. You own the original NES Classic, correct?
Yeah.
And then you have the NES Classic now. Obviously, for those that didn't get a chance to get the first one, you're SOL, or you're spending a lot of money on eBay right now to buy it and find it, or maybe buy Paris's for a discount. Which do you think right now is the better product? Which would you rather recommend, like to say a friend or someone who was interested in getting one of these retro consoles? Would you rather have that? Would you rather them go to the NES Classic or the Super NES Classic, regardless of price or availability or whatnot?
I go with the Super NES for there's different reasons why. One, it brings two controllers. The NES Classic only brings one. Number two, there's a better quality of games in this system more than the NES Classic, in my opinion, too. So, and I will go with that. Plus, it's 21 games plus an unreleased game. I mean, it's a better product, in my opinion. Now, my question is, do you think they are going to release a Nintendo 64 Classic next year? I think it's possible. I think, knowing how everything has been selling like crazy,
I wouldn't be surprised. Just me personally, I still think it's not worth the investment. I'd much rather just see them put all of this effort and time, put the games on a virtual console, and just release that thing already. It's the worst kept secret in gaming right now. They keep saying,
but remember, Pete, not everybody has a Nintendo Switch. That you got to also think from that point of view too. Like as a fan, I'm a fan of Nintendo, so no matter what, I'm gonna buy. I'm just a fan. Now, the people that don't have a Nintendo Switch and they can't find a Nintendo Switch, they could probably find this easier, man, and just buy it. $80, cheaper, more games. It's a classic. Yo, there was a lot of older gamers there in line, and one of the reasons that they were buying this is because they wanted to show this to their kids. They were like, "Look, I don't even have a Nintendo Switch." I think their last system that they bought was a Wii, right? And they were there in line for this, and they even got the NES Classic. They're just retro fans, man. You know, so, and there was a lot of people like that, man. There was also people, of course, that they were just buying it because they wanted to resell it and all that stuff, you know. But I think the majority of people that were in line was for that, a fan of just old school gaming. And that was beautiful, man. Having conversation with people about that, and we were talking about what was the first game they're gonna try, like once they get the system and everything, you know. But it was really, really cool, really awesome. And they were even telling me, yo, they don't even play PlayStation. They don't play Xbox. They say the gaming right now is too complicated for them. So that's why they were to stick with the old games. So just wanted to say that very quick, man. But overall, guys, like, this is so much worth it, man. If you're a fan of Nintendo, a fan of Super NES, especially from back in the days, yo, there's games here for you, man. There's fighting games, there's adventure games, RPG, shooter, everything is there. So go for it. It's totally worth the $80.
There are so many reasons why I got into teaching.
One of the best things is the light bulb moment.
When you see a pupil suddenly understand something, that's really, really special.
Every child is so full of potential, and the thing that makes me proudest to be a teacher is seeing them realise what they are capable of. I don't think any other job can give you the same satisfaction.
That's why I chose to teach.
You could get £26,000 tax-free to train. Search, apply to teach. Selected subjects only, subject to eligibility.
At LV, our home insurance comes from the heart. It's not just about giving you a personal claims handler to take care of you all the way. It's about looking after you in other ways too. Like when you go direct to us, buy online and get a massive 25% discount. To see how much you could save with the Which Insurance Provider of the Year 2017, go direct to lv.com. Online discount for new customers only, excludes home emergency and home legal expenses.
Send us your feedback or questions. Give us a call at 786-273-7GTR. Email us at fanmail@gamertagradio.com or leave a message on speakpipe.com/gamertagradio.
Star Trek, one of the most iconic and influential global television franchises, returns 50 years after it first premiered with Star Trek Discovery. The CBS All Access original series features a new ship, new characters, and new missions, while embracing the same ideology and hope for the future that inspired a generation of dreamers and doers. Star Trek Discovery is available exclusively on CBS All Access, and it premiered last Sunday, September 24th at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. You can go back and stream that world premiere, and you can also watch future episodes live on demand using CBS All Access. So CBS All Access subscribers can watch this epic journey and unfold every Sunday across devices. I kind of screwed that up. You can watch it unfold every Sunday across all devices. So start that free trial now at cbs.com/Star Trek.
Next topic here. Let's see. All right, so let's talk about Forza Motorsport 7, Pete.
Okay.
All right. You, I know you're into racing games and stuff like that. What are your thoughts about Forza Motorsport 7? We'll go from there. This is impressions, not a full review.
No, I got you. Considering I am not the foremost expert in racing games, I've admitted multiple times that I prefer the arcade racer. I mean, it's why we spent so much time talking about a defunct Blur game in the last show. This game changed my opinion on sim racers. Okay, Forza has never been the title that has captured and held me to a long-standing experience, but I think it's Turn 10 or that does this. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's Turn 10. Yeah, Turn 10.
They've done a phenomenal job in. I mean, the game looks and plays amazing. I streamed this, I want to say Thursday night, and we had a couple people watching it, and they were blown away, as was I, with the graphical fidelity that is portrayed on the screen. My only initial issue, and I charted this more towards because it's early release before it hits the public, is I had an issue. I couldn't join multiplayer racing games. I had people join my room. I tried to join my friend's room. We couldn't sync up and play a game together, so I can't talk about that just yet. I'd much rather save that part of the discussion to later. But I like the story mode. The story mode brings you into the experience of starting up early with the racing. Customization of cars blows my mind. I mean, considering that game had only been out, I think the servers had only been released for, I want to say 8-9 hours at that time.
Yep.
The graphics and the artwork that people, in the custom car painting creator part blew me away. I took a screenshot and I posted it in our Discord server that at one point I had to double take. I took the picture knowing it was in the game, but it looked so good and crisp. It literally looked like somebody took a picture of it and just posted it in the game. Like it looks that good. So far so good. I'm having a good time and I'm enjoying it.
Thing that why I said impressions is because the Microsoft sent us the code like 2 days before launch, and I think it's not right to say this is a full review and there's only been a couple of days. I'd rather, at least a week, for this type of game, and then we could, start talking about it a little bit more and then have like an official review. That's why I said impressions and stuff. So, and plus I want to check out like the multiplayer too of this game now that it's officially out, and we just want to make sure that everything is right and to see if it's worth it and everything. So, just want to say that very quick. I always been a fan of Forza. I'm more of a Forza Horizon fan than this one, but I've been having a lot of fun, man. I streamed it for like almost 3 hours the other day, and I'm doing only the single player campaign and stuff, doing different races, trying out new different type of cars and everything. So, I like it. I like it, man. This game looks it looks beautiful, man. Now, Pete, do you think this could be the most beautiful graphical game that you played so far, or what?
And you got to put that into context, because every generation has its top dog from a graphical racing perspective. Obviously that has always gone back and forth based on release year, whether it would be Forza or Project Gotham Racing, or was it Project Cars like last year or the year before that, or Gran Turismo. They're always battling to go back and forth to see who can have the best looking racer. Right now, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I think this could be considered, as it stands, October 1st, 2017, as the best looking racing game, notwithstanding you've got the F1 games and stuff like that, and you got the 4-screen, like Bucket Racer with the stuff. Yeah. Those look great too. But I think right now, from an overall racing and gaming immersion experience, I think you could potentially say it's one of the best looking racing games of all time. I mean, it looks that good. What's your favorite car so far?
Porsche. I can't remember the name of the model, the Porsche one. I think it's from the... There's a couple races that I played. I played the open one that you could use whatever car you want. Mm-hmm. I try that from there. And also, I'm not a huge fan of the truck racer mode. Have you tried that?
Which one though? Like the rally trucks or the big semis?
The big one.
The big semis. Those are hilarious. Those are so much fun.
Now, here's the thing too, Pete. Like, I love to play third person view. I'm not a fan of first person driving, unless I have multiple TVs. Then I'll try it out. But using only one screen, I'm not a fan of it. So I try to do that third person, and I can't because of the back part of the truck. You can't really see much what's going on in the front, so you have to drive first person when you try out the trucks and stuff. So I'm just not a fan of the trucks, in my opinion.
They're so much fun. They're so much fun because they're so huge and bulky that you have to like essentially bang up against other cars so you don't go off the road. But yeah, man, it's been a lot of fun.
I mean, we're gonna talk about it more later. We're gonna have an official review. I just wanted to say that, like, impressions and everything.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I'm having a good time, but I definitely want to experience the multiplayer component of it, because I think, I mean, it's a racing game, and that's kind of like one of the key pillars of a game, like Forza and racing games like that in general. So my
question to you, Pete, when you play this game on the PC, are you playing from the mouse and keyboard, or are you using an actual controller?
using my Titanfall 2 Xbox One controller.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. There's no way I would be able to drive like that. No. Although, quick question. So I was playing the other night, and in my game, you were there. Your name was there. So
that's all Dravatars. Those are
okay.
Dravatars.
All right, because I was like,
have you ever played Forza before? Like the recent Forza
I haven't played
Xbox One.
I mean, I played Forza Horizon when it first came out, but I haven't played a Forza since the original Xbox, like the original microwave.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, this is a thing called Dravatar. Those are your the actual characters, not characters, your Dravatars from in the game. It basically studies the way how you play and you drive. And once your friend goes on and he or she starts playing, if you're friends with them, you are going to see their cars in your game, and it's going to be close, like the way how you drive and everything. So if I'm a person that loves to crash and bump cars and everything, my Dravatar will do that in your game while I'm offline. That's what it is. So you will see me, you will see other people there. Sometimes you get like some random users too, because, for those that don't have a lot of friends that they don't have this game at all, they probably will get like random gamers from around the world that has the game, and you will see them in there. So those are real gamer tags that you'll see everywhere.
Okay, interesting. Curious. Paris, do you have an interest in Forza, or is this something you think you'd find yourself playing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big racing fan. That's why we discuss behind the scenes. We wanted you to play it instead of me, because I always play all the racing games. I'm interested in Forza 7. I probably won't get it right away, but I will get it eventually. Going back to Horizon, I thought Horizon 3 was a fantastic game, and then everything that I've seen so far from Forza 7, I mean, it's just turn 10. They're always iterating on the next one, iterating, and right now Forza, in my opinion, is the definitive racing title that you can get on any platform right now. I mean, besting Gran Turismo and Project Cars. I think Turn 10 has done a fantastic job. I love all the new features that they put in. I definitely, like I said, when I do get it, I'll play it on the PC. So I'm looking forward to seeing how far I can crank it up. 4K, can I get it to 60? All those type of things. I haven't even seen PC specs on it yet, as far as what people are doing real world in, and I know it's just now coming out, so I'll have to pay more attention to that. But it'll also be curious to see what Gran Turismo Sport looks like and plays like on PlayStation 4 and on the Pro compared to what we're seeing with Forza 7 right now. But it looks good.
My question to you, Paris, because you're a fan of Gran Turismo, right?
Yes.
Are you a fan? Why? What happened to Gran Turismo? Because that was a time that racing game was on top, man. On top. Every few years it will come out. People will talk about. Now, a lot of people don't even talk about it anymore, man. Like how it used to be back in the days.
Well, yeah. I mean, Polyphony Digital, this genre doesn't even really exist right now without them. With going back to the original Gran Turismo on PlayStation, obviously, going into 2 and into 3, on and on. But they've always been notoriously slow with their games, whereas Turn 10 at least seems to have the formula down that every other year they're pumping out a Forza game, and those in between years we're now getting Horizon games. So, for that name of Forza is constantly on your mind, because every year there's some type of Forza game that's coming out that could be considered overkill, depending on who you talk to. But like when I look at Gran Turismo Sport, they've even said this isn't quote unquote Gran Turismo 7. This isn't that next version of Gran Turismo. This is kind of a stopgap, in between. So that's why you don't hear a lot of people talking about it, because this isn't the next logical leap for the Gran Turismo series. And I personally think and I could be wrong at this point, we won't see Gran Turismo 7 until PlayStation 5. So we're talking another 2 to 3 years at this point. But I think, it's not that Gran Turismo is bad at all. If you go back and play Gran Turismo 6, I mean, that was fantastic. So I expect this to be fantastic as well. It's just that I think Turn 10 Forza just has that branding now, that market share now. When you think I'm going to pick up a racing game, Forza is probably the first name that you're going to say, whereas 5-6 years ago, it would have been Gran Turismo. And then not to mention, I brought up Project Cars, Project Cars 2. I mean, that's fantastic as well. And it's just that they have to also build their brand up to get more people talking about that game. But, honestly, you can't go wrong either way, whether you pick up a Gran Turismo or Project Cars or a Forza. If you're a racing fan, I mean, there's definitely going to be something there for anyone.
Is there any racing games that you think people slept on from back in the days or it could be from a couple years ago, that probably it was a great racing game? People slept on it, man. Anyone out there?
Tokyo Extreme Racer. That series on the PlayStation was my favorite racing game of all time.
Midnight Club was pretty cool too. Midnight Club
Dub Edition. That game was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was phenomenal too.
Quick question before Paris answers on his favorite.
Yeah.
Because I could have sworn I read something about this last year. Isn't Horizon end of life? Like they stopped producing content and games for that, or is that still going?
Which one? Horizon?
The Horizon brand. It's end of life, right? Like they stopped developing stuff for that.
I think so. Yeah, because they usually release content and then they stop right before the next Forza game comes out. Yeah. So yeah, I mean now they stop. So the next Horizon most likely will come out next year. So is it going to be in a different country? Where? What type? Last year was Australia. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen after that, man. So yeah, it's already stopped. They already stopped. They usually release like 2 to 3 expansion packs, and that's it. And they have like DLC here and there, but new maps, 3. Yeah, that was the last one. The Hot Wheels. That was the last expansion.
Right. So Paris, what's your favorite racing game of all time?
That isn't what he asked, but I'll answer your question and say it's probably Gran Turismo 3. I think when I look back at all the racing games, that was probably the definitive version of that series so far. So, I mean, yeah, I would go back and say Gran Turismo 3. But the other thing he was saying, just one that people slept on. See, I'm not big into arcade racers. They tend to bore me because I like the more realistic racers, the one that are actually more sim. And probably Forza 2, if you go back to that one on and that was still original Xbox, I'm pretty sure. Was it?
Yeah, I think
I think so. But the things that they were starting to do back then with Xbox Live and just online racing, I mean, we hadn't seen that at that point. That actually pushed Polyphony to integrate online racing into the Gran Turismo series because of that. So I would probably say Forza 2, going back to there, because that was kind of the building blocks to where we are right now with online racing. And I don't think a lot of people actually picked up on that, because back then it was all Gran Turismo. People were literally buying PlayStations just for Gran Turismo, versus, Forza, which was just the upstart franchise at that point.
Yeah, that was actually that was 360. That was 360.
So it was.
It came out in 2007.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, 2007. Yeah.
Back on the scene.
This is Gamer Tag Radio. Voicemail at 786-2737-GTR.
Well, it's not time for fan mail this week. It is time to talk about our good friends at Movement. With over 1 million watches sold to customers in 160 plus countries, Movement Watches has solidified itself as the world's fastest growing watch company. Hey, I even said this a couple of weeks back. When I was in the market for a new watch, Movement came up as one of the options because of their price and unique look. I mean, they're classic, but they're durable, and they've got this minimalistic look that really looks dope when you're walking around with your watch. I ended up getting the Onyx with this black mesh band that it just looks good. And you figure at a department store, if you're going to get a good quality watch, you're looking to spend $300, $400, maybe $500. Movement watches start at just $95. Movement figured out that if they sell online and cut out the middleman and the retail markup and provide the best possible price, everybody wins. So get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to movement.com. That's mvmt.com/GTR. This watch is really clean. The design is amazing. Seriously, I've been getting compliments ever since I put it on. Now's the time to step up your watch game. Go to movement.com. That's mvmt.com/GTR. Join the movement.
Now, my last topic here. I mean, I'm not surprised about this, but Anthem is going to get a beta. The director was on Twitter replying to some Q&A with fans and stuff, and they asked, "Hey, they're going to be a beta?" And he said, "Yeah, we're planning to release a beta here, man, for Anthem. So sometime next year, man. So yeah, BioWare's Anthem official beta." Sometime next year. And I think they should, in order for them to test things out for that type of game. And it's the first one. I think it will work out. So your thoughts? I'm not surprised, but
I think it makes sense. I've said this on several occasions, whether it be here or elsewhere. You need to have a beta to test not just consumer response, but with a game that's as heavily anticipated as this, especially with the backlash that has happened with Mass Effect in general, you want to harbor that goodwill with your player base. A game that's going to be, I believe it has some single player, but for the most part is going to be a multiplayer game. The one thing you don't want to do is fracture any potential experience from a gaming perspective, and you want to make sure that that game comes out running full speed, hits on every single mark. The last thing you want to do is have a hiccup on your launch and that multiplayer experience doesn't hit right. So you want to be, I think it's going to be very, very important for BioWare that multiplayer is perfect.
Now, do you think because they have this marketing deal with Xbox, do you think they're gonna have like an extra week of playable beta, like how Destiny did with PlayStation? They got it early and then it got released for PC and Xbox.
It's possible. Anything is possible, especially when it comes to marketing. And I think it would make sense for them to take advantage of something like that, but I can't. I don't sit in the boardroom. I can't speak on that.
Paris?
Well, I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. Of course, you're going to have a beta for Anthem because this is EA or BioWare's answer to Destiny. I mean, it is. I'm sure it's going to take its own iteration, its own take on it, but when you have a game that's going to be this complex, that's going to have seamless single-player, co-op, and multiplayer integrated into this open world, you have to test the network. You have to test the infrastructure. So, of course, they're going to get people on a mass scale in there to do a stress test to try and basically break the game, right? To make sure everything's working. And kind of going back to what Pete was saying, you want people to have a chance to test out Anthem, to get them interested in Anthem, to create a buzz around Anthem, to have people highly anticipating when it does launch. Because, like I said, look at its competition. It's Destiny. So you're really asking all these people that are playing Destiny right now to now go pick up Anthem as well. So you're going to need to give them that incentive to want to go pick it up. So whatever this beta winds up being, beta, alpha, whatever the case may be, they're going to have to nail it. I would suspect we'll see Phil Spencer standing on that stage next June, and they're going to talk about, and go play the beta exclusively on Xbox right now, something like that. Because like you said, Xbox is going to have, kind of the exclusives with DLC. And I know, didn't Phil Spencer kind of say, no, they weren't going to do that? I find that hard to believe, though. I really do. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I don't believe that.
It worked for PlayStation. It is literally the reason I picked up Destiny on the PlayStation, is because I knew it had exclusive content. And it's a loot game, so you want to get all the loot. So I went where all the loot was, and that was on PlayStation. So I would imagine they're going to do the same thing on Xbox. To me, it's just smart business. Why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Yeah. So I would expect that. I'd expect to see that, at least on the console side, maybe via Origin on PC, they'll have all the same content or whatever. But Anthem's going to be a huge game. It really is. It is definitely one of my most anticipated for next year. I know a lot of people are starting to think it may not make it to next year. You know, knock on wood, I hope it does. As much as I love Destiny, I love to see competition, and I want an option. And it sounds like Anthem is going to do something very ambitious, you know, on the story side and the lore side. So, you know, I want to be able to see that and play it. So I'm really looking forward to that next year.
Do you think they should announce this as a Xbox Play Anywhere from a third party exclusive?
They won't. They won't. Or EA's not going to do that because they want you on Origin. If you're going to play it on PC, they're going to want you on Origin. So they're not going to do that.
I mean, that will be a way too for them to promote EA All Access.
Do it on Origin.
For them to
Origin on the PC. Okay. There's the same thing on the PC. Okay. Again, EA.
Don't attack me. I'm just
hey.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like you said, Paris, they need to have some exclusive, something that is going to pump people up, or people that are just curious about the Xbox and they don't have one. By them doing certain things like that, like, you know, new levels or stuff that's only available for the console, do that, man. Why not? Get people excited for them to buy the console, man. You know, PlayStation's been doing it for years, and it's been working for them.
I'll say this, and I'll go on record saying this. If they were to come out and say that there were only exclusive levels, you know, gear, whatever, that was only on Xbox on the console, I couldn't do it on PC, I'm probably picking up a Scorpion. If Anthem is everything that they say it's going to be, that would get me to go pick up a Scorpion, because then I'm like, you know what, I want to play this. You know, and this is where the majority of people are going to be at, is on the console on Xbox. Then that's where I'm going to go. I mean, you know, the same applies, you know, like I said, for Destiny on PlayStation. I went where the majority of people are going to be and most of the content was going to be, you know, same thing.
Yep. Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. I know we were excited at E3 when we got to see the trailer and they showed the gameplay video of Anthem, right? During the Microsoft press conference, but you know how it is. They always make those special E3 demos.
Yeah.
But once you play the final game, it's not like that at all. So yeah, it was cool at the moment, but I want to see the official game how it is, man. I'm tired of like falling for it every single time when a company show games, and then when the product comes out, it's like, wait a minute, it's nothing like E3. Like what is this?
The best thing they can do. Yeah, the best thing they can do is, again, because I have to compare it to Destiny because that's its competition, is back in 2014 when we went up to the Activision booth behind closed doors and we sat down and played that Devil's Lair Strike. And I put the controller down, I took my wallet out, and I flicked it at the screen, and I looked at him and go, you got me. I get it now. I want that same feeling with Anthem. I want to be able to play it, and I go, I get it. I want to play this. I want to be invested into this world. And then just bring this full circle. That's why whatever this beta will be when it comes out, which I'm assuming will probably be like next summer, is going to be critical for them, because they need everyone that picks up a controller or a keyboard and a mouse, that when they finish that beta, to say, I get it. I'm pre-ordering Anthem. I want it. You know, I want Anthem to be so definitive and good that, you know, people over at Activision and Bungie got a little bead of sweat going down their forehead going, oh my God, we got to step this up. You know what I'm saying? We got to step our game up, because I don't want this to be another Division where, like I said, I'm sure the Division right now is a fine game. And from everyone that I know that plays it right now, they're having a good time with it. But you soured me so much at launch that I was never able to get invested into that world. I didn't want to put the time sink into it. That's critical that Anthem doesn't have that same mistake, where it's just, like you said, it's full of issues at launch, lack of content, etc. And people are like, I'm not investing into this. I'll either keep playing Destiny or I'll go play something else, you know? And then a year, 2 years down the road, all of a sudden Anthem is fixed and it's great, but no one's going to go back and revisit it.
Well, speaking of Bungie, I want to give a shout out to Deej, because, you know, yesterday was International Podcast Day. Shout out to all the podcasters out there, man. Deej gave us a shout out, man. So that was cool. He gave us a shout out, Guardian Radio, and I believe there was one more. Who was it, Paris? Do you remember?
Yeah,
one more.
Yeah, he gave a shout out to the Destiny Community Podcast, Crucible Radio, us, and Guardian Radio.
Yeah, very cool, man. So shout out to Deej, man. He's always supporting us, man.
Speaking of, because we got to wrap this up because I'm actually about to go do a father-son raid right now with some other folks from Guardian Radio.
Yeah.
So I got to go. But I want to give a shout out to the guys over at Crucible Radio. They had me on last week we recorded for like 2 hours talking about Destiny 2. And we had a blast with that. And I believe that edited, because I don't think everything's going to be on. I don't think it's going to be 2 hours, but I believe that episode will be out Wednesday. I think they told me Wednesday or Thursday, but I obviously link it out on Twitter or whatever. But they're great. We didn't even talk that much about PvP. It was more about story of Destiny 2, the lore, the raid, what we like, what we didn't like, that kind of stuff. It was a great conversation.
Yeah, shout out also to all of our 98 clan members, Destiny DTR clan members, man. So shout out to everybody who've been joining, and we've been playing a lot, and it's cool to see people setting up time. Like, hey, let's play, the raid, let's play Nightfall, let's play Crucible, Trials, and so on. So yeah, thanks to all the clan members that joined and everything. And I believe we only have 2 spots open, and that's it. So make sure to join. And for those that are planning to get the PC version, don't wait until the PC comes out. Join now. Go to go to Bungie.net and join the clan. Once the PC version comes out, all the stuff that we were working on for like a month, hopefully it's going to be there in the top waiting for you, man. So just because you're part of the clan, so go there and join right now if you're planning to buy the PC. Don't wait. All right, head over to gamertagradio.com and you can find us on iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, and other podcast directories. Make sure to support. Also, you can watch us live on Twitch. Go to twitch.tv/gamertagradio. Pete, Discord.
Discord.gg/GTR.
Yeah, make sure to join and talk to other GTR community members there and so on. So, yeah. By the way, a lot of people have been hitting me up about t-shirts. Stay tuned. Call me soon. We got something behind the scenes that's coming. We'll make it happen very soon. And that's about it. Until next time, we're out. Peace.
Thanks for listening to Gamertag Radio. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.